Mag-start, pwede tumayo yung lahat. And may tuturo po kami ng class na natutunan namin dun sa inatanda namin seminar sa Bulacan. Pwede ko ba tawagin si Adeline at si Chinet para ituro yung class? Ang tawag po sa club na to, Go Peace Club. So, eto po.
Go! P.O. Go! Let's repeat again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go! Go! P.O. P.O. W-E-R. We got the power. Woo! We got the power. Woo!
Okay guys, kayo naman. Energy guys. 1, 2, 3, go! Go! P.O. P.O. W-E-R. We got the power. Woo! We got the power.
Lower, lower.
Kulang guys sa energy. More pa. Go! 1, 2, 3, go! Go! P.O. P.O. W-E-R. We got the power. Woo! We got the power. Okay guys, thank you. Thank you. So, yun guys. Ang topic ko ngayong hapon is about the Filipino youth actions in advancing peace agenda. Lahat na i-discuss ko dito ay yung mga natutunan namin, dun nga, sa inatanda namin training workshop sa Llaguna. So, bago ang lahat, may tatlo akong questions and gusto ko po sanang makarinig ng insights galing sa inyo. So, number 1 question. Why do you think peace is an agenda? Sino pong pwede sumagot? Yan. Why do you think peace is an agenda? Rain. Go, Rain. Why do you think peace is an agenda?
Of course, peace is an agenda because all of us could be affected kung walang peace.
Thank you. Isa pa po, Jerome. Go na.
Para sa akin, peace is an agenda kasi nowadays, mapapansin naman natin, di ba, na yung peace na na gusto nating makamit ay hindi madaling makamtan kasi maraming mga factors bakit hindi nakakamit yung peace.
So, ayun. Thank you. Pag sinabi natin peace, ang daming issues concerning it. And as long as umuulan ng bala sa Mindanao, as long as may nag-discriminate based sa gender, race, or age, as long as may mahirap sa Pilipinas, ang peace ay mananatiling agenda. So, challenge sa atin as youth is to take step forward kung paano natin ma-develop or ma-advance yung peace. So, number 2, what actions have we done to achieve peace? Kinen. Sinong gusto sa Joanne. Okay. So, what actions have we done to achieve peace? Guys. Idea. Go on.
So, what actions have we done to achieve peace? So, you cannot achieve peace in dapat po ma-achieve mo muna yung peace sa sarili mo before mo ma-share yung peace sa iba. And achieving peace is napakahirap. lalo na sa isang tao na madami talagang problems. Kasi as long as na may problem ang isang tao, it is very impossible to achieve peace. Yun. And dapat, kahit may problems, andun pa rin yung kailangan pa rin yung knowledge ng tao kung paano kayo ma-overcome at huwag sumuko doon. Yan po. Thank you.
So, for number 3 question, why should you take part in this agenda? Bakit tayo kailangan gumalaw para dito sa agenda na to?
So, why should you take part in this agenda? Gaya po nung sinabi kahapon, we as a youth is a peace mover and we are peace promoter. So yun. And sa iba't ibang nangyayari sa kapaligiran, dapat is gumawa na tayo ng actions natin and huwag na natin hintayin ng government pa yung maggumawa nun. Parang let's start it with ourselves.
Okay, thank you. Another answer from Ina.
Good afternoon. Kinakailangan natin makibahagi sa mga ganitong gawain, lalong-lalo na kung patungkol sa usapang pangkapayapaan. Katulad na lamang nung dinaluhan namin na Bangsamoro Basic Law Learning Workshop na kung saan, dahil doon sa ginawa namin yun ay nagbigay lang upang mapirmahan ang Bangsamoro Organic Law ngayon. Yung mga ganong gawain ay nagbubukas sa kabataan para mas magkaroon sila ng wastong kaalaman kung ano nga ba ang Bangsamoro Basic Law. Gayun din, dahil batid natin sa Mindanao, sa ilan sa mga lugar sa Mindanao ay mayroong mga lugar na hanggang sa ngayon ay magulo, ang pamahalaan ay nagbibigay ng napakalaking pondo para sa gera sa Mindanao. Ngayon, kung ito ay masusubil, ang pera na dapat sana ay para sa pagdudlan sa estruktura sa Mindanao, mapupunta iyon sa kanila at hindi na doon para mapunduan sa bala, sa baril at sa gera. Maraming salamat po.
So, ayun. To answer this, we need to take part of the peace agenda because we are the future benefactors of the result of our action. Kung anong ginagawa natin, tayo lang naman ang makikinabang nun in the near future. So, kung wala tayong gagawin ngayon, wala din tayong maabutan pagdating ng panahon. We act now and we will achieve peace for our own future. A simple action from the youth will create a small effect that will somehow and eventually fix our future. So, at Youth Peace Table Training Workshop, we were taught not only the definition of the word peace itself, but also how to craft meaningful community projects or interventions that could create real impact, which is gagawin din natin ngayon. Yung mga action plans na ipipresent natin mamaya, that maybe it can create a real impact sa ating community. As the Youth Peace Table concluded, let us look back on what knowledge we harvested in able to create an impact towards achieving peace. So, there are three steps on how we create the peace agenda in the said training workshop. So, for number 1, the agenda planning, contextualizing strategies or agenda and actions and activities. So, in this, through the conflict tree analysis, we talk about the challenges and issues that we observe in our locale. What are the ways, strategies, and actions to be taken to address such challenges and actions? So, number 1 challenges or issues, lack of access to socio-economic opportunities such as employment, child labor, illegal activities, unemployment, education, street children, poor quality education, livelihood, health, malnutrition, overpopulation, teenage pregnancy, mental health, and for the housing, informal centers. Dito ba sa atin, na-observe itong ganitong issues?
Yes.
Can you give an example? Kung ano ito?
Hello. I can set an example for child labor. Because in Bulan Port, I have witnessed children doing bondage and very young age. That's why I can say that there is a lack of access to socio-economic.
So, sa child labor, ano sa tingin nyo yung pinaka-issues kung bakit napipilitan yung mga bata magtrabaho in their young age?
Poverty.
Yes. Another reason is that dahil sa kakulangan nila sa education, and dahil din sa mataas na standard ng education sa Philippines, nawawalan sila ng opportunity na makapag-aral, and that will result to child labor and illegal activities. So, next, poverty. Pag sinabing poverty, ang laking issue pagdating sa poverty. Ang daming mga bagay na pwede natin i-connect sa poverty. Number 3, environmental degradation, illegal mining, pollution, climate change, and disasters. Number 4, human rights violations such as harassment, displacement, bullying, human trafficking, exploitation of human rights. Dito sa number 4, alam niyo yung issue na dun sa taga-divine? Yung suicide. Binibigay siyang example as bullying, cyberbullying. So, isa din siya sa mga issues, and dumadagdag yung cases ng suicide dito sa Philippines. Number 5, land conversion such as food security, housing, and gambling. Poor governance and corruption. Nangyayari ba ito sa Pilipinas? Yes! Sa community niyo po? Okay. There is a gap on programs, implementations, and results. Example nito, may nagbigay ng example doon na dun sa Kamsur, may isang community daw doon na walang health clinic. And ang city health nila is malayo dun sa lugar nila. And isa din yun sa binigay na issues na dapat daw bigyan ng pansin ng government yung ganong issues kasi mahalaga sa atin ang health, and dapat sa community natin meron tayong nakikita at may visible na health center. Number 7, violence, gang wars, tribal wars, drug-related crimes and abuses, insecurity, threats, and oppression. Number 8, damage in our social fabric such as family problems, peer pressure, social media, and cultural insensitivity. Number 9, armed conflict and youth recruitment. May nakasama kami doon from Mindanao, and sabi, kwento niya na sa lugar daw nila, at their young age, may mga nare-recruit na daw yung mga NPA. Pinaniniwalaan kasi nila na madaling ma-recruit ng NPA ang mga youth kasi madaling pang maano yung mind nila. Number 10, apathetic youth. And for the youth agenda, number 1, address the root causes of the armed conflict. So, sa tingin niyo po, ano yung root causes ng armed conflict? What else? Root causes ng armed conflict. Naniniwala ako na kaya may mga armed conflict dahil hindi na-meet ng expectations nila yung binibigay ng government. That's why siguro nag-aano sila ng ano. Number 2, empowering communities or grassroots. Eradicate war and crime, respect for human rights, youth empowerment, promoting the Sustainable Development Goals, youth voice and heard, and youth engagement. And this will be the strategies to be used. Number 1, passage of the BBM. Naniniwala ang mga NPA na once mapasa ang BBL, doon nila makakamit yung peace na feeling na sa tingin nila deserve nila. Number 2, resume peace talks. Promoting, building, nurturing a culture of peace. Address the needs of the communities affected by the armed conflict. Call to end armed conflict, conflict prevention, and attaining peace. Accepting diversity. Learning from the experiences. Number 8, conversations or dialogues. Number 9, approaches to peace. Then, raising awareness on human rights. Reaching the youth and community. Reaching the youth and government. Raising awareness through education. Institutionalizing peace education. And engaging the community. And this will be the actions to be taken. Number 1, trainings, leadership or facilitation. Through seminars and forums, naniniwala po kami na effective ang pag-conduct ng seminars or forums concerning issues kasi through it, nabibigyan ng knowledge yung mga tao about certain issues. Number 2, peace education. Number 3, partnerships. Maghahanap po ng mga interested na institutions or organizations na may isang goal para ma-attain yung action. Discussions of the peace process. So, yun. Drafting the Youth Peace Agenda. May tatlo ulit na questions na tinanong sa amin para ma-formulate yung Youth Peace Agenda. Number 1 question, as peace builders, who do we want to be and what are our inspirations for peace? Sino ang makakasagot? As peace builders, who do we want to be and what are our inspirations for peace? Who can answer? What are our inspirations for peace? Wala. So, eto, there are 5 main youth aspirations for peace, and this that will be the sub aspirations for peace. Number 1, peace education makes change. Peace education. What peace do you want for Philippines? Number 2, institutionalizing peace education starting in secondary level. Ito yung tinanong kay Dean kanina is possible bang ma-institutionalize ang peace education in secondary level? Kasi, how can we promote peace if we don't know what is peace? So, I think this is effective that we should institutionalize peace education starting from the secondary level. Inclusivity of peace education in all corners of the room. For the culture of peace attain, sustainable peace development, not just temporary, but also continued or long-term. Sustainable peace, through long-term peace advocates, promoting sustainable, just, and peaceful society, promoting and respecting peace and human rights, and peace advocates or builder of a culture of peace. Number 3, youth as peace and development partners. Partnership of entities and building a culture of peace. Inclusive participation of the youth in peace building. Youth participation in the government. One example of this is the SK officials. They are part of the government, and the voices of the youth can be heard through them. And partner of government agencies, engage in policy making, connecting youth towards quality reforms, involved in making resolutions in our communities. Number 4, bearers of positive peace, catalyst of change, promoter of values and character development, inner peace, and being a good leader, quality of a leader. Youth equipped with values, citizens that are sensitive, working and being part of change. inspire and influence other people, and proactive youth who can continue the positive peace we envision. Number 5, initiators of peace-building activities. Youth transformational leadership and empowered youth who think for a long-term solution for problems. Although there are government interventions, we need to address the root causes. For number 2 question, from the issues or concerns identified, what is the role of youth in peace building? And what can we contribute to the broader peace movement? So, for the table number 2, the role of the youth in peace building and to the broader peace movement. There are 4 main point. Number 1, partnerships and collaborations. Through partnership, the youth can contribute in the collaboration and participation with senior peace builders, contributing ideas and participating in the implementation. Actually, we have non-governmental organizations that promote peace, such as the Teach Peace Movement, the Peace to All Youth. We can tap them if you want to have partnership with them. And interlink organizations or network that promotes or engage in peace movement. Maximizing the internal and external linkages of various youth organizations. Build a future foundation. Number 2, participation and representation. Youth participation in governance, involvement in the non-governmental offices that advocate for a social peace movement, run in public offices, active involvement in policy-making and decision-making bodies, lobbyists, hands-on youth leader, representation through art, engagement in capacity building, engagement of the youth in the organization. Number 3, peace mobilizers and influencers. Mobilizing the youth and their communities. Mobilizers of peace initiatives and actions. Youth as an influencer of peace. To be a role model and inspiration to the youth. Youth influencer, advocate, promote peace through social media platforms. To introduce innovative ideas or programs starting in marginalized areas. Collective action and initiative. Creative ideas, fresh ideas are contributed to the youth of this era. And 4, advocates of peace education. To teach peace building and engage in peace activities. Institutionalization of peace education. For question number 3, what are the windows of opportunities for the youth to engage and participate in peace building? There are 6 windows of opportunities for the youth to engage and participate in peace building. There are business sector as part of their CSR, mandate outreach programs that will be embedded in the CSR, networks, linkages, and coalitions, generation of peace projects to engage the youth, educational institution, university-based organization, engage in community peace and order councils, engage UNESCO for peace-building programs and broader peace movement, fraternities or sororities that advocate for peace, engage political groups to pursue peace-building advocacy. For research and mapping, outputs of the research that would contribute to youth-related and/or peace issues. Comprehensive conflict analysis by the SK and LGUs. Local Youth Development Council have basic data such as contact details to easily link in terms of projects and activities. Spaces for dialogues and/or conversations. Spearhead an organization, build youth organizations or movement focusing on peace building. immerse the OSY and ex-convicts, like sharings of stories. GAST, community of seafarers and volunteers that distribute books. They find people who can write stories of their own book. Ito pong GAST, isang org po siya sa MAAP, Maritime Academy. Basta isa siyang school sa Manila. Engage the youth with different talents. Engage religious group. Inner peace or interfaith dialogue. Number 4. Formal peace process. Youth representation in peace panel or peace negotiation and peace process. CPLA, RPA, ABB, youth conversations or info awareness. And for the education, maximize the right to suffrage through voters' education and using peace lens, values, peace-building frameworks. Peace propaganda in the social media and peace-oriented school organizations. Number 3, workshop, local projects translating strategies into action. The local peace projects, the workshop on local peace projects, participants' common insights feed to its similarity to the areas of concern or pillars of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250, namely participation, protection, prevention, partnership, and disengagement and reintegration. The group highlighted intergenerational dialogue and collaboration, youth as partners and decision-making and policy-making processes, involvement in community-based and online peace-building or peace advocacy, interfaith dialogue, engaging the private sector in peace-building, and inclusive education, among others. For the workshop on local projects, translating strategies into actions, participants were grouped into 3 based on the following categories. Number 1, schools and universities. Number 2, community. 3, collaborations and partnership. They were guided by the question, how can you translate your YPT, Youth Peace Training Workshop learnings into action? So, ito po yung na-formulate ng mga activities concerning sa schools or universities, sa communities, and sa collaboration and partnership. For schools and universities, may nag-propose po ng weekly session tackling topics about mental health and inner peace. Participants will be students and youth organizations. Its objective is to promote mental health awareness, campaign against bullying, build a community of mental health advocates, and to supply methods and techniques of proper stress management, lessen cases of depression and other mental health problems. We are proposing sa CSSP na magkaroon ng parang series of forums and series of seminars and forums. And isa sa mga topics na gusto namin i-discuss is about this, the mental health and inner peace through partnership with the University Student Council, taking and lead. Number 2, activity. Peace Forum. Objective. Raise awareness about the issues affecting peace in social context. Formulate solutions and recommendations in different issues. Develop students' critical understanding and problem-solving skills through conflict analysis. Promote camaraderie. For number 3, Peace Summit. This is a week-long event. Objective, to promote peace education, human rights, and nationalism through business and seminars incorporating students' talent in arts and music. To address the conflict of problems within the school or university. Peace fair activities. Local businesses get to promote local products, especially with advocacy such as Flash and Ring. Flush and Pay, isang store po siya dun sa Angat, Bulacan, wherein yung mga nagtatrabaho po dun is mga Filipino. And yung mga product nila talagang pinapakita yung pagiging Filipino natin. Ano po siya, company siya na nag-produce ng mga stuffed toys. And yung mga stuffed toys na tinatahi nila is kamote, mais, and may mga pangalan po yun. Yun. For the day 1 of the Peace Summit, seminars about peace education, presentation of conflict analysis. Day 2, General Legislative Assembly. Day 3, art exhibit about peace. Day 4, the General Legislative Assembly. Day 5, Peace Jam or Social Enterprise. Sa Peace Jam, they can showcase their talents promoting peace, and also social enterprise. They can promote their businesses or products that promote peace. For the community projects, number 1, objective, to bridge the gap between communities and organizations with specific advocacies. The activity, phase 1, research-based. Look for communities, execute an ocular, assess the community, and pinpoint the main problem of the chosen community. Phase 2, bridging gap and project implementation. After determining the problem in the community, look for organization with specific advocacy, and then implement the project that answers to the main problem. Phase 3, peace monitoring and evaluation. After the project implementation, we will have a monitoring in a format, research, and evaluation so that we could come up with a better intervention in the community. So, ang unang magiging process nito is maghahanap ng communities and i-assess yung community kung ano yung mga main problem na nangyayari dun sa community. For the phase 2, magtatap ng mga organizations that can help to implement the programs or the projects to answer the main problem. And for the number 3, after the implementation, of course, there will be a monitoring or evaluation in order to look for the loopholes of the project so that makaka-formulate ng mga better pang intervention doon. Next, objective, to strengthen the communities for social progress. Activity, conduct a community-based participatory research. Number 2, implement the identified sustainable projects such as livelihood. Number 3, monitoring the sustainability of the project, number of jobs provided. And number 4, evaluate the overall impact or performance of the project. Number 3, objective, to empower the different sectors of the community to be able to contribute to just and lasting peace. Activity, review, community profiling. We will identify the different sectors of the community, assess the existing projects in the community, and immersion of participants. Number 2, if there is an existing projects, we will support the programs, look for partnerships and collaborations, seek improvements and developments. For non-existing projects, we will identify concerns, identify who will be the proponents, make a solution, come out with a long-term project, and sustain the project or program by constant monitoring and evaluation upon implementation. Collaboration and partnership. Run for Peace experiential run. Target of youth. Objective, to spread awareness of conflict in Luzon. Design, multiple waves that shows the different strategies Luzon has experienced. On every lap, there are people sponsoring the runners and all profits will go to the project. Ito po sa Run for Peace Experiential Run, nagawa na po siya sa PUP. And yung event na yun is about the massacre in Maguindanao. Through that experiential run, every wave ng run nila, parang pinapakita doon yung mga situations na nangyari sa Maguindanao. And for the Run for Peace, we can show what are the strategies happening not only in the Luzon but also in the all over the Philippines. Number 2, Luzon Youth Peace Conference. Target, youth representatives from different LGUs in Luzon. Objective, to include all the youth in Luzon in the policy-making processes and policy recommendation. Design, each LGU will send 2 representatives. There will be screening and oral interviews. Peace Caravan. Objectives, to give holistic understanding of peace, of conflict, peace, and violence, and to localize peace building. Peace Gallery. We will showcase arts promoting peace and talks about peace and in collaboration with LGUs. Peace March. Target, youth and children, government employees, business sectors, NGOs, and CSOs. So yun. As the Youth Peace Table concluded, be part of the agenda. No matter what path you take, do it with peace. Be part of the collective effort enabled to achieve peace. Take a step forward and create small effect that will cement peace in our future. I know I have so much to learn, but I believe peace should start in you. It might be cliche, but it's actually true. Peace is like a gift. You cannot give it away unless you have it in you. And yun. So to close this session, I would like to invite you to take the challenge and learn from many failures that may come, but also don't miss the lessons that you can learn, the bond that you can create, and the community that you can help. This is the time that we move forward and trust the process of peace. And that will be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Joanne. May mga tanong po? Meron ba kayong gusto itanong sa ating speaker?
Additional lang, yung mga activities na na-propose is for implementation by those who attended the Luzon Youth Peace Table Training Workshop in Bulacan last June. And we're going to, hopefully we can join the National Youth Peace Table by this September. So, ayun, continuous effort pa din for promoting peace, and peace must begin with me and, of course, na lahat.
Wala na, proceed to the awarding of the